Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is the Chronicle with Lottie Arella, and in this channel I'm taking you through the challenges that I have been going through in my health, cancer diagnosis and the treatment. And I have spoken a lot about the diagnosis, and we're continuing the treatment. Today is going to be a slightly longer video because I feel it's time to bring you up to date with the current happenings. Okay, I just want to make it really clear. If you're new to my channel, you're welcome. I believe that you'll find value here. Like I was saying, this is not a pity party channel. Cancer diagnosis, it's a difficult thing for anyone to have. However, I believe that the challenge that we go through as human beings are made to make us, and also make us strong, and also foster hope for other people who might be in the same situation. So having said that, welcome, subscribe if you haven't. So today I am going to talk about what's been happening since the surgery. So I had surgery in May of 2023, and that recovery was long. I'll put the video I made about that. And in the middle of the recovery, I think 6 weeks into the recovery period, following the surgery, I started chemotherapy. And that was on another level, because the struggles with recovering from the surgery was still, like, it was real, it was still there, very much present. And then on top of that, I had to put start chemotherapy. Now, chemotherapy is not a child's play. If you know anyone who has gone through chemotherapy, systemic chemotherapy, in fact chemotherapy of any sort, they are pure, like, warriors. I can tell you that for free. So it was difficult. I was having chemotherapy. My session was like every 3 weeks. So I would have chemotherapy. But within that 3 weeks, once in 3 weeks, right? It naturally would sound like, oh, okay, it's not that often. However, the kind of side effects that I had within that 3 weeks, it's literally like I'm not even recovered before I maybe have 2 good days before I now have to repeat the cycle, and that the cycle continues. And I did this for 4 whole months. Is it 4 months, 4 to 6 months, somewhere in between that. It was not fun. It was not funny, not for people around me. I had reactions like, so it's literally for many days after the chemotherapy, I wouldn't even be able to get out of my bed. I don't want to see anything. I don't want the light. I don't want any sort of movement around me, let alone me moving. It was really gruesome. It was challenging. And then oh, it was very difficult. Other side effects. So when I try manage after days of being in bed, try manage to get out of bed, and there is the headaches, the vomiting, the feeling of tiredness that cannot be explained. Like, no matter how you rested, the tiredness is on another level. I don't have time for my phone. I don't even want to see my phone. I can't eat, sores in my mouth, like. And then on top of the chemotherapy, I have to have like daily injections. And these injections, I have to give it myself. I can't even, and then there are reactions for the injections. The injection lasts for 10 days. So it is a time I don't ever want to experience in my life again. And it's a time that I don't want anyone around me to ever experience again. you know it was difficult. As much as it was for me, it was for my husband, it was for my little children, it was for people around me trying to look after me. I mean, Lord. So that period passed. So this was now October, November 2023. October, November 2023. So that chemotherapy was done. I was meant to have radiotherapy on top of that, and then adjuvant and hormonotherapy. And when it got to radiotherapy, I mean, I was happy to go through with all of the treatment that was being suggested, because I just wanted to just get out of the way, get it out of the way. And I have gone for the marking for the radiotherapy. Just a few days before I started, I had my reservations around the radiotherapy as well, because we are talking about chest area. There's a lot of vital organs in the chest area, and being a medical person, I know that the kind of side effects that can bring on. But I spoke to a really nice, well experienced radiographer, radiology consultant radiologist, and he said, "Oh, okay, this is what we're going to do." And I said, "Okay, since they're doing all of their best to minimize the risk, all right, I'm just gonna go through with it." A few days, I think about a week before I commenced radiotherapy, I got a call. I got an appointment. Comes to the appointment, and they said, "Oh, because they found cancer in the lymph node in my internal mammary gland, which is in the center of my chest, that the radiotherapy is going to be a little more extensive, with more risk of even introducing cancer in the other organs." I was like, "Nope, I am not doing that." You said that during the surgery that the whole thing was taken out, even though you saw that it's taken out. I don't think I want to risk exposing myself to another form of cancer by treating cancer that I don't even, like, nobody's sure if it's there or not in any other of the lymph nodes that you're trying to cover. So no, I don't want to do that. Yeah, there was a lot of pressure from them, but I stood my ground. I was like, "No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to knowingly expose myself to that kind of risk." And they weren't happy about, I mean, it's my body, and I had peace, with that decision as well. Of course, I prayed about it, and I had peace with the decision not to go ahead with the radiotherapy. Like, I literally had, before I said no, I had, like, I don't know, it's anxiety. Like, when I remember that the feeling, the sensation was just sensation of everything, something is going to go wrong, and I didn't really want to do that. So yeah, so I said no, and that was how the treatment was wrapped up and everything. So that was a December now of 2024, January 2024. Like, I started feeling better, I started recovering. All, of course, during the chemotherapy, my hair, everything was gone. My nails was, I don't even understand it. It was almost falling off. There are so many side effects, and so from the period of when the chemotherapy stopped till I started seeing resolution in some of the side effects, it was a good 3 months. So I started to have my nail grow out bit by bit. My hair started coming back, and I started feeling generally like a human being, myself. And that was all good, that feeling of, yes, I have more strength. I mean, I couldn't go back to work what I originally did, because, like, the strength wasn't just there. And then February of 2024 came. I did a mammogram on the unaffected breast, and everything was clear. So I went intensive with just making sure that I was living as healthy as I can. And I did a lot of lifestyle changes and all of that. So yeah, It was all good, and I was thinking about getting back to work. I took on another role, still not like the physically exerting role that I had before the whole thing. And I was getting like settling the trainings and getting the hang of things in the new role. So in whilst that was happening, like I said, I was feeling more and more. I went back to working out. I think that was when I also started. Yes, I started the channel, and I was talking about the health talks and things that I was doing that was helping me on a daily basis, minding my business. And then um in April, no, May, say April or May now, 2024, which is last year, I just felt something on my under my armpit on the same side that the cancer was, and I felt that okay, because I'd had surgery, some of the scars, maybe it's just scar tissue, some of the scars when properly healed up. And so I didn't really think on anything much of it. And as the days and the weeks went, I was like, okay, let me just go and check it out. I went back and they did a scan. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, it could be collection of fluid, it could be fibrous, it could be that, could be this, could be that. But we're going to do a biopsy, and we're going to do a biopsy. Yeah, it's fine. We do a biopsy. I did a biopsy, and the consultant said, oh no, we didn't have enough tissue. We're going to do it again. And they did it again. They did the biopsy again, and then the biopsy result came back as cancer again. I'm like, no, that cannot be possible, because you told me you took everything out. Like, how is it possible that it's not even up to 1 year and it's back? And like, I said no. I was in denial for, what did I say? Like, I just couldn't wrap my head around the fact that with all of the treatments, everything, the aggressive treatment that I had, and it's not even up to a year, and you're telling me that cancer is back. I said no, I want another opinion. They did the biopsy again, and it came back again. And then this time around, the treatment plan that they were suggesting was even more aggressive. I was like, guys, you have taken a lot out of my body. I do not want anything else gone. I'm going to talk about the faith part of it and all of the in-betweens. But between that May, when they said that it was back under my armpit on the same side, so it was again biopsies upon biopsies. And when they proposed another kind of surgery, which was also aggressive with like severe complications, and I said no, they wanted me to go again on that chemotherapy. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, seriously, the chemotherapy effect that I had so much impact in my brain that I don't wish that to anybody. Like, I don't care how much you hate me, I don't wish that for anybody. And you're telling me that I have to do it, and this time around you're not even giving me like an end date of when it's going to stop it. So of course I did not agree to that. I was like, I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna talk to my God, I'm going to do this and that and that. And from just being on my armpits, it was gone to my lymph nodes around my neck, and from the lymph nodes around my neck to other parts, oh, basically other parts of my body. So basically, they have classed or staged it as stage 4. So I was like, I was broken. The first time I was being all strong and everything, but this time around, I was really broken with a lot of things. And the reason being that, well, as a human being, a cancer diagnosis is not something that anybody should deal with. And then when you think that everything is okay now, you're just beginning to go back to normal life, just starting to work, starting to be able to look after my children, and then this, and it's even like it didn't just come back, it's spread. So yeah, that was not down with me in any good way. I fought. I'm gonna give details on on that aspect, but yeah. So that is where we are. The latest CT scan, an MRI, full body MRI, confirmed the different places where they said they found it. And after several back and forth with, okay, what is the last, what can we do now, at this stage, like it was so rapid, it was so quick. Between May and July, we're talking between May and July, from coming back to getting to stage 4. So that was literally like 2 months. And even like, it's like from the appointment, I have this appointment and we are talking about what to do, and then they're doing the tests on for that appointment, they're discovering something else. So at the point, like, you're like, surgery is not even going to do anything at the moment because of where it is stage 4. They can't like literally harvest all of the organs where it has spread. It's not possible for surgery. But there is a special kind of chemotherapy that they're going to place me on, which is not the type that I had before. So I was like, okay, breast cancer stage 4. Okay, Lord, I'm just tired. I'm not going to fight anymore. When I say I'm not going to fight anymore, I'm just going to hand everything over to you, because at the initial time I felt like, oh, okay, I've got things under control, everything is in the hands of human, the consultants, bless their heart, they're really good, they did their best, they did all their best, agreed to the treatment to a high percentage, and I did a lot of things humanly possible, but it chose to happen this way. It chose to come back. You're not sleeping. I don't know what your plan is, but I'm just going to hand it to you. Okay. And that was what I did. I handed everything to God. I'm going to give details about that because it's not as simple as I just said it in my next video. And that is where I've left it. So, guys, this is what is happening at the moment. I'm still taking chemotherapy. Then this time around is actually daily chemotherapy. And like I always do, I will tell you that the testimony behind this is that I haven't fallen out of my faith. I believe that is like that is the best testimony that could even come out of all this whole situation. The devil thought he had me. The devil thought, yes, he's gonna, like what happened to Job, curse God and die. Like, no, you're not having that with me. So I thank the Lord Jesus that my faith is strengthened. I don't know what I would do without it. And that every day he takes me through every single day. And yeah, hope for the day, hope for the next day, and the next and the next. And since he's got the wheel, I am just a passenger sitting at the passenger seat, at the back seat, seeing where he's going to steer this. But I do know that the plan he has for me is a plan of a good and not of evil, and to bring me to the expected end. And my expected end, I know where it is. He says in his word, which is the Bible, that he will give us a future and a hope. My hope is in him, and my future is in his hands. And because I know who holds tomorrow, which is him, I know my tomorrow. Yeah, so that's it. We are going to go through a lot of in-betweens, but I just wanted to bring it out so it doesn't look so much stretched. And if you're out there and you're in this current situation, or your loved ones or anybody, I just need you to know that God is good. No matter what the earth brings, he is good. He is a good God. He's not a God that brings everything that is happening around the world. It's not God. You cannot say God is allowing or not allowing, but whatever is happening is under his radar, and the best place to be is in his hands. And so I commend you in his hands, and I pray that as he's helping me each day, he will help you as well. So until we meet again, I think this is one of the most difficult series, or the most difficult episode I have actually done, because it's not like past tense now, it is the current present happenings. But in any way, God is in control. So I commend us in his hands, and I say have a fantastic rest of the week, and God bless you.